Hi, thank you for watching. I'm going to show you how to make strong coffee with a Keurig machine when you're using your own coffee. So, as you all know, this thing is very convenient to use, but these K-cups are quite expensive. They can be up to $1 a piece, and that really adds up over time. I mean, think about how much that would cost in a year's period. So, what we're going to do is show you how to use a less expensive means of making strong coffee in a Keurig machine. So also, if people out there are environmentally conscious, you know, these things generate a lot of trash for each cup of coffee. So we're going to get away from this and go more towards a stronger cup of coffee with our own coffee. Now, I posted another video that was kind of tongue-in-cheek, and some people took it very seriously about filling a French press with hot water and putting your coffee in there. I got a lot of interesting comments on that and realized that coffee is very serious business for a lot of people. So I thought we'd show you how to use this Keurig machine and make a nice strong cup of coffee. Now, out on the market there are products that will allow you to fill your Keurig with regular coffee that you make yourself here. So this is one of them, and it's not a very great product. They're all very similar. They have a big screen on there that's easily torn, and when the coffee is up to here, the water spills out in the top part, and only 10 to 20% of the grounds get wet. Anyways, you end up with coffee. It looks kind of like this. That's an exaggeration. So if you haven't purchased one of these yet, don't. Another thing that people have come up with is that they've taken one of these K-cups and trimmed it to have a plastic piece on there with a little tiny hole in the bottom, and they put the screen cup in there, and that slows down the water quite a bit, and it does strengthen the coffee, and it does work, but not so well. The problem with this piece here, which is about $17, is you got to remove this every time you want to use it. And if somebody else wants to use a K-cup, it's inconvenient. It's not a good method. So we're not going to use this. So if you haven't purchased one of these, don't. What I found is the stainless steel cup here works really well. It's metal with really small drilled holes, and it's not going to tear. The hinge is made out of stainless steel. It won't break. And it's got enough capacity for coffee. Now this is made by EcoBrew. That's EKOBREW. And they make a pretty good product. So I found that one, and I like it a lot. So the way to make this coffee is to use one of these and to come up with a fine grind. Now, a lot of people out there use a burr grinder, which in this economy, until the politicians quit messing around with their economy, that won't be affordable. But you know, you can use a grinder like this, which is a burr grinder, and set it to a very fine coffee grind, but it's not very convenient either. So probably 80% of the people that have their own grinders are probably using a blade grinder like this. So the idea for this is to take inexpensive coffee, or your favorite coffee, which is probably about $4 for one of these that last about a month, versus $1 for each one of those, and grind it up to a fine grind. So when I'm making coffee, I get everything prepared here. I put about 2 scoops, or about 15 grams worth of coffee into the grinder. And I use a special grinder that has a lid on it and a removable cup. It's a little more convenient. Anyways, you grind for 30 to 40 seconds, and that seems like a long time, and it really is, but it comes up with a nice fine grind. And it's something between Turkish coffee and espresso. It's around that area. Not as fine as Turkish, that's like dust, and not as coarse as a French press. So 30 to 40 seconds is a long time. It'll come up with an appropriate grind for this. You don't want to grind it for a minute or longer because you'll heat up the coffee. So that's why bird grinders are better, but if you don't have a bird grinder, this works just as well. So we're going to go ahead and grind. Okay, thank you. So I cut out most of the grinding there so that you didn't have to listen to it the whole time. But that's about 30 to 40 seconds of the grinding. Now on the inside of this cup, there's a lot of coffee on there, so we don't like to waste it. So I found a little credit card or something from a restaurant that's clean, and I like to scrape the inside of this out of here. Anyways, they just say to tap the coffee in there. They say don't tap it down with, like push it down. And the instructions, that makes sense. If you push it down, you'll probably cause it to clog. The instructions also say not to grind it extremely fine because it will clog, but you can ignore that instruction because it's not really going to affect it too much. As long as you don't pack it down, you should be fine. So just tap the coffee in there. What I like to do is level it out, make sure it's not on the seal area right here. There's a little bit more room. So it's finely ground coffee, it likes to stick to the inside. So you noticed I haven't packed it down in any way. Just tap it, close it, put it inside of there. Large cup. Clean up after yourself. Otherwise other people in your household might be a little upset with you. So now we're going to watch the coffee maker make its coffee. I like to use nice clean water. Pull that up. So you notice that the coffee comes out a lot slower and a lot darker. In the past, when I've used the other components that are made for making your own coffee, the water comes out very quickly and looks very, very clear. So that's a very strong cup of coffee. You could stick a spoon in there, it'd probably stand up. So as always, thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it. That's how you make a strong cup of coffee.